Good evening, folks. Don Tyson, Blake Perryman coming to you from the Chattanooga Warrior Fieldhouse, Chattanooga, Oklahoma. Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs in their third game of the season will be taking on Chattanooga Lady Warriors here at Chattanooga. You know, as I was driving over here today, Blake, the sun was setting, and out here in Chattanooga, which folks don't know, it's you go south of Lawton about 10 miles, and then you go 16 miles west, and it's flat land out here. And it was a beautiful sunset today, and I saw something I don't believe I've ever seen before. As you know, the contrails of an airplane, you know, whenever they leave the smoke trail behind, I think they call that a contrail. The sun was below the horizon, and it was an orange sunset, and there was an airplane going through the air, and you could see the smoke, and it was bright orange. I had never seen an orange contrail out of an airplane tonight, but it was absolutely a beautiful sunset.
That could have been an Oklahoma State contracted plane.
You know, I guess you're right about that. Here you are with your orange shirt on and orange hat and all, but yeah, it was really a beautiful sight, and we have a lot of those in Oklahoma.
We do.
You know, I see them out my back door a lot, and I'm sure glad I live in Oklahoma. You know, when you see things like there's not a lot of skyscrapers around to block your view. So anyway,
not a lot of smog or anything like that.
Very true. Yeah, well, the wind takes care of all what smog we'd have, I guess. But anyway, we're happy to be here. I'm gonna tell you, I am. I also like to, before we get started here in our broadcast, is thank the folks here at Chattanooga for their hospitality. They Tech called them the other morning and asked them for rosters for their players, and they got them sent to me just really quickly, and then they asked if there was anything else they could do to help us, and so I really appreciate all their cooperation here at Chattanooga and getting things set up for us. And I know their administration superintendent, Mr. Jerry Brown, he's been here a long time, and he's an outstanding administrator, I know, and it looks like it goes all the way down from top to bottom here. Chattanooga is a outstanding little school and first-class operation, and it's a really nice gym, Blake. It is. It's a beautiful place. I can remember, back in around 2000, we played in an older gym over there, and it was, they built this one a few years later, but it's really a nice place. Holds a lot of people. It's spacious and nice seating, and it's kind of, when I look down on the floor and both teams warming up, it's hard to tell which one's Fort Cobb and which one's Chattanooga.
Right.
Yeah, their uniforms are pretty well identical. I'd like to thank our sponsors while we have the opportunity. Start off our broadcast, the Southwest Oklahoma Driving School. Mr. Kent Sexton from Apache operates that over in Anadarko, and his telephone number is 580-512-6936. So if someone in your household needs some driving instructions to get a driver's license, he's the place to go. Carnegie Fiber, located in Carnegie, Oklahoma. All your internet needs over there. 580-654-1002. Give them a call and they can hook you up with your internet in your home. Ouachita Valley Bank in Fort Cobb, Oklahoma. They'll take care of all your financial needs. Been in business since 1902 and locally owned still, and happy to serve you any way they can. T-Birds, located in Fort Cobb. Mr. Travis Birchie, owner and operator of that convenience store, and he does a great job serving the community with deli items and all the convenience items, gas and whatever you need there in downtown Fort Cobb, Oklahoma. And if you have any property to sell, Shelly Dissy is the lady to call at ABC Superior Realty, 580-302-1974. Just talk to Shelly if you have any property to sell, and she is a first-class real estate agent. So, Blake, what's been going on today, man?
Well, it's a Friday. It's always fun to have those because it's the end of the work week, end of the school week. Finally have time to sit back and maybe relax a little bit, and in our case, we get to sit back, relax, and watch some basketball.
Absolutely. Well, you know, it's Friday night. It's a pretty good place to be at a ball game, you know.
It is. And I know a few schools around the area some playing basketball, a few around Caddo County and Kiowa County in the playoffs in football. I believe Hinton is starting their playoffs tonight. Mountain View, who's I want to say ranked number 1 in Class C.
Yeah, they are.
Will
Probably
start.
The favorite to win.
I would say they are. They're starting their playoffs tonight, and I would assume they're gonna both win. Now, I'm not for sure on that, but I've seen Mountain View play a couple times this year, and in the 8-man football world, they're
pretty
close
dominant.
to unbeatable.
Yeah, I don't think they even had every game they played was shortened because of the run rule.
Yeah,
I think, and I would anticipate they probably do that again tonight. The way it looks to me. Apache, they're playing at Hooker tonight, I believe, in playoffs, and Hinton travels to Ringling, I believe. They'll have their hands full. Both those teams will. But congratulations to making the playoffs. That's quite a step. I believe Hinton's in. I guess Apache and Hinton both Class A, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
Well, let's talk about this ball game tonight. The Lady Mustangs. Well, let's first talk about Chattanooga. They are coached by Miss U.V. Williamson, who a few years ago spent some time over at Carnegie. You may remember she was a coach over for the Lady Wildcats, and they played 2 games just like the Mustangs have, and they have a 1-1 record. First game they defeated Olustee 63-23, and then this past Tuesday night they were defeated by Sterling 46-38. Fort Cobb, on the other hand, same record. They defeated Indiana in their first contest 41-32, and then Tuesday night they had a kind of a tough matchup with Arapahoe Butler and lost that game 35-3. So both these teams come in with a 1-1 record, and I would anticipate this would be a pretty good ball game. Blake, what do you think?
I think it will. I think they're both going to be pretty evenly matched. I'm not too certain on a lot of the details on the Lady Warriors, but I'm sure both with the same record, it's probably going to be a very close game. Now, you can only hope it's the same kind of game we had Tuesday night in the boys' game. I'm not sure I'd want to see 3 overtimes, but at least a close matchup. Those are always fun.
Yeah, I like close games, and I like to come the home team or the Fort Cobb team come out on top as much as possible too. Yeah. Well, anyway, I believe you're right. I think it'll be a close contest. We hope so. Hope the Lady Mustangs shoot the ball a little better than they did Tuesday night. They played real well last Friday night. Tuesday night they had a rough shooting night. Didn't convert a lot of shots, but I look for that to change today. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we will have your starting lineups. You're listening to Fort Cobb Broxton basketball on FCBMustangs.tv.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305, member FDIC.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon. We are your premier best in state driving school, located in Southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation.
Welcome back to Chattanooga. Just about set to tip off the opening game this afternoon. Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs here at Chattanooga as the officials make their way over to the score table. I assume they're going to call the captains out and have a little discussion. I don't know the officials. We have 3 of them tonight. I know one of them's last name is Garza.
Okay.
Well-known official around. I think he's from Chattanooga. Just about every year we come down here, I think he has a brother. One of them is officiating the game here about every time we come. And you'll go to the state tournament, Class A and B state tournaments, you'll see him there about every year as well. He's a fine official. The other 2 I've not ever seen before, so I don't know who they are. But nice crowd on hand. I think somebody told me this was homecoming night for Chattanooga. They have a pretty good crowd on their home side, and Fort Cobb always travels well. Pretty good crew on this side to watch the Mustangs take on the Warriors tonight. And the teams will take their places on their respective benches, and I'm sure we'll have the national anthem, and then we'll have the starting lineup. So when they start the national anthem, we'll pause for that. Sometimes they have a recording. Sometimes they'll have a student or something sing. I'm always hoping that they'll have a student sing the national anthem. It's always pretty impressive. All right. Kindergarten class of Chattanooga is going to lead us in I Pledge Allegiance to the Flag, so we'll pause for that. That was fantastic. Kindergarten class of Chattanooga leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance. They did an outstanding job. And now they're giving high fives to the Lady Warriors. That's pretty impressive right there. You know, when you go to small school basketball games, you see patriotism and you see all sorts of good sportsmanship, and that's one of the enjoyable things about this job right here. And living in a small town, you get to see things such as this. Now they're going to ask the veterans to rise. Give them a nice applause. Yesterday was Veterans Day, and we have some veterans standing, and certainly appreciate their great service to our country. It's always nice to see them honored. And now we'll have the starting lineups. First for the Fort Cobb Lady Mustangs, the sophomore Zoe Brown. A sophomore number 3, Kalia Silverhorn. A junior number 12, Ginger Bear. A senior number 14, Riley Rip. And a freshman, number 15, Reagan Rip. The Lady Mustangs are coached by Miss Jana Rogers, assisted by last year's coach, Miss Kelsey Shumpert. As I mentioned, the Lady Mustangs come into the game with a record of 1 win and 1 loss. They defeated Indiana a week ago tonight, 41-32. And Tuesday night they lost to Arapahoe 35-3. And now for the introduction of the Chattanooga Lady Warriors team. A senior number 15, Julie Shaw. A senior number 20, Georgia Sherler. A junior number 21, Kentley Abbott. A freshman number 23, Timber Gibbons. And a sophomore number 24, Raylee Garrett. The Lady Warriors are coached by U.V. Williamson. And as I also mentioned, they have a record of 1 win and 1 loss. They defeated Olustee, and they lost to Sterling Tuesday night. So identical records. Same color uniforms. Lady Warriors in their home whites today look very reminiscent to the Fort Cobb.
They do.
Home uniforms. Mustangs in their road blue today. Ginger Bear will be jumping center for the Lady Mustangs in their road blue uniforms. And I think we talked about last week, they new uniforms this year for the Lady Mustangs. They look quite sharp. Ginger Bear jumping center against Julie Shaw of the Lady Warriors. Mustangs traveling right to left on your TV screen. Like to say hi to Larry Bellamy. Hope he's listening to us tonight. I understand he didn't feel like making the trip, but hope he's enjoying the broadcast tonight. Mustangs control the tap. And Chattanooga comes out in a 1-2-2 zone, or 2-1-2 now. They switch back a little bit. See if the Mustangs can solve the zone. They had a little trouble with Arapahoe zone. They go into Bear in the paint, and they're going to call her for traveling as she, a nice entry pass, and she had her defender posted up pretty deep in the lane, but she shuffled her feet first. And now the Mustangs will come out in a zone defense. That seemed to be the pretty prevailing defense that we've seen so far this year, is this 2-1-2 zone defense. Make people hit shots from outside much as possible. And there's a pass down in the paint, almost lost. And it's picked up by Shaw, and she's going to lose it, and Riley Rep picks it up. So a turnover on both teams as we start the game. Just underway. We've played a minute, no score. Got to have quick ball movement to get open shot against this zone. They'll probably try to have some skip passes, try to move the ball pretty quick. They get the ball down to Bear right in front of the basket. Turnaround shot's good by Ginger Bear. Good entry pass once again. And Bear with a nice move. Turned around, laid it in. That's what we wanted to see a lot of, Blake.
It is. There's a lot of open space inside the paint in that zone.
Yeah.
Look to attack it early.
Yeah, they found it twice. There's another steal. Ginger Bear intercepts the bounce pass off to Silverhorn, racing it up the floor. Brown to Reagan Rep, three-pointer, good. Reagan Rep with a nice start. And just like that, the Lady Mustangs take a 5-0 lead, and Coach Williamson is going to take a timeout. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll do the same. We'll be back after this short break.
Imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Diesel Horse Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorse get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Lady Mustangs off to a great start here, Blake, as they're 2 for 2 from the field with an early 5-0 lead. Now here comes Chattanooga on the attack. That's what the Lady Mustangs needs, a little confidence that they can make those outside shots. Penetration in the lane, shot no good by Timber Gibbons, but they say she was hacked on the arm by Ginger Bear, and so Gibbons will be at the line shooting 2. And first free throw rims out. Timber Gibbons, freshman. I think they played at Fort Cobb last night. I think Fort Cobb won both games last night. Junior high teams. 5-1 now. Little half-court press by the Lady Warriors. Brown handles the ball into the front court, doing a good job handling. Gets a screen from Bear, gets into the right side of the lane, over to Reagan Rip, and they call a double dribble. I'm not sure that was a double dribble because I'm not sure she had possession of the ball. She kind of fumbled it, but I don't really believe she had possession. But we don't have instant replay, Blake, so I don't know.
That's just one of those calls that could go either way, and whatever they call goes. At least at this level.
It's no sense arguing about it, is there? If we watched it again, I would probably be wrong. There's a three-pointer on the way, no good, off the backboard by Abbott. And there's Reagan Rep on the drive, shot no good off the backboard. It comes right down to her, laying in the paint. Not often you get a rebound in a seated position. Dumps it down to Shaw, left-handed shot's no good. Battle for the rebound along the baseline, and it goes off of Riley Rep, they say. No, they say it's off of Chattanooga, and it will be Blues ball. So good job by Riley. And the Mustangs now on the attack. Silverhorn trying to get it across the timeline against this half-court press. Does a good job in the corner. Rep, baseline three on the way, no good, a little strong. Zoe Brown with an offensive rebound. Her putback is no good. And Chattanooga comes out of the pack with it. 1-on-3, and she'll hold it out. Bounce pass to Garrett, and it's lost. Another turnover for the Warriors. Brown doing a good job ball handling. Now let's see if they can get the ball inbounded to Barry. There she goes, Ginger Bear under the basket, shot good. Ginger Bear, 2 for 2 from the field. It's a good high-low action that time. They had it at the high post and dumped it down low to Bear. You can tell they've worked on that the last couple of days, Blake. Making a concerted effort here to get the ball to the post. There's a drive, a little 10-footer by Garrett, won't go. It sails out of bounds. And it'll be turned over to the Mustangs with a 7-1 lead. Checking in for Chattanooga will be, at the next stoppage, will be Michaela Burns and Emma Clayton. Brown gets it into the front court. There's Bear, posted up, right in front of the basket. Turnaround shot's good. Ginger Bear, she is 3 for 3 tonight. She traveled on the first possession, and ever since then, she's made 3 baskets. And it's 9-1. Impressive start for the Lady Mustangs today. 3:15 to play, opening period. Riley Rip gets her hand on the pass and knocks it out of bounds. And those substitutions will now come in for Chattanooga. That's Burns and Clayton. Replacing Garrett and Georgia Sherler. Chattanooga set to inbound. That's Timber Gibbons deep in the corner. Lobs it out front to Shaw. And it's lost out of bounds. So another turnover. Hope you're keeping turnovers, Blake. How many is that so far?
I want to say 4.
4 for Chatty?
Yep. 4 for Chatty, 3 for the Lady Mustangs.
Silverhorn lost her footing, but timeout taken by Coach Rogers to save the timeout. And it will be a 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this short break.
Stream like the pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you.
Great start for the Mustangs, Blake. 9-1. 3 minutes to go in the first period. What's your assessment so far?
I like the way it's gone. I like the way they're exploiting that height advantage inside the paint. Bear already was 6 of the Mustangs' 9, and I hope and I do think they'll continue to go to that until they find a way to stop it.
There's the lob into Bear underneath the basket. Shot is good. She's fouled. Right on cue, Blake.
That is
good
right
call.
on cue.
Good call there. As Bear has figured out how to post up her defender and going to go for the old-fashioned three-point play. She's 4 for 4 from the field. And she cans a free throw. Wow, great start. Now the Lady Mustangs going to go into a press. 1-2-2 per full court press. Trying to create some more turnovers. They dribble through it pretty easily. That's Givens all the way down. The shot is blocked by Bear, but Bear packed her on the arm, they say. I tell you what, if I was Ginger, it's probably not what a coach would want to hear, but if I'm 5 for 5 from the field, I'm not fouling on the other end.
I believe you're right there now. She stood there like she had her arms up.
I'm gonna try to stay in this game. They called it on Zoe Brown though. It wasn't on Bear. Yeah, if I'm shooting like that, I'm gonna try my best to stay in the game. Givens is 1 out of 2. A little more aggressive press this time by Chatty. There's Reagan Rep with it. Left-handed dribble all the way to the baseline. Double team. Get it out to Sister Riley. Around to Silverhorn quickly. Bear patrolling the paint once again. Can't get it to her this time. There's Riley Rep. Left wing 3 on the way. No good. Good open look, though. That's a good shot. And the ball's loose out of bounds off of Reagan Rep, they say. That was a good possession, really. They just missed the shot. Good ball movement. Led to a wide open three-pointer shot. That's what you want. 2:06 to play here in the opening period. It's been all Lady Mustangs so far. And there's a turnover. Rep intercepts the pass that's deflected by Bear. Silverhorn skips it over. Reagan Rep, right wing 3 on the way, no good. And there's a foul on Riley Rep as she went over the top of Kentley Abbott for the foul.
And, you know, on most of these offensive possessions, Bear doing a great job of getting behind that defender, and with a lob over the top, that help side, backside, help can come over and you can have a wide open 3 in the corner.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, that's right. Good point. And if it doesn't come over, you've got a little bunny shot off the glass.
That's true.
Savage checks in, replacing Bear for the Lady Mustangs. There's a steal. Reagan Rep has it. 2-on-1. Over to Silverhorn. Off the glass and 2. That's the way to run the fast break for the Lady Mustangs. And it's 14-2. There's a lob intercepted by Savage, and then she knocked it off of Rep's hand or leg and out of bounds. It'll stay with Chattanooga with 1:11 to play opening period. Lady Mustangs playing with great confidence here in the first period. Bounce pass in over to Givens. Dumps it into the post. And Shaw's shot is good. Julie Shaw with her first basket. And it makes it 14-4 with a minute to play in the first. Zoe Brown into the front court. She's done a good job handling the ball today. They lob it down to Silverhorn, right of the lane, a couple of dribbles, out to Riley Rep in the corner. 39 seconds to play. Lobs it into Savage, too little too tall, and it goes off her hands over to Kentley Abbott. That's a turnover. And Abbott will bring it into the front court with 26 seconds to play. Back to Abbott, shot off the glass too strong. Reagan Rep there. Boy, she had a wide open look at it. Mustangs caught a break there. 13 seconds into the front court's Reagan. And it's poked from behind by Givens and out of bounds. They say she stepped on the baseline. So that's a break for Fort Cobb with 8 seconds to play. And Fort Cobb will be inbounding. There's Savage. Her shot's blocked. Good defense that time by Chatty. 4 seconds into the front court. Givens, long shot at the buzzer, no good. After 1 period of play, Fort Cobb Broxton, Lady Mustangs 14, Chattanooga 4. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout.
The entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples, Nix, and Diesel Horst, and we are here to help.
Versatile Networks can handle all of your school or business technology and wiring needs. Expanding into a new building or office space? We would love to give you a free quote for your network wiring. Are your computers outdated? Are your servers slow? Is your network underperforming? Is your wireless network weak? Let Versatile Networks come in and assess the situation and get you back up and running the way you should be. Call Versatile Networks today at 405-217-0267 or visit versatilenetworks.com for more information.
It will be Chattanooga's basketball to start the second period. Blake, did you check out the concession stand here tonight?
I did. I found something. You know, Tuesday it was the Frito chili pie. I believe tonight it might be ice cream.
Ice cream, well, that's not real nutritious.
Well,
I would go for the chili pie with jalapenos like you had Tuesday night and have ice cream for dessert.
I think they have cheesecake, too.
Oh, well.
If I'm not mistaken.
That sounds pretty good, too. All right, Chattanooga's basketball. Sound like they got quite a buffet down there then. Cheesecake and ice cream. They dumped the ball down low. Rep doing a good job defending. Three-pointer from the baseline's no good. Riley Rep there with a nice rebound, but they reach in and tie her up. And go to Fort Cobb on the alternating possession. I tell you that Timber Givens, number 23, a freshman, she's pretty active for the Lady Warriors. Handling the ball defensively. Bear back in the lineup. Turnaround shot, good. She got behind the defense. They lob it in there to her. She's 5'10". She's listed as 5'10". And so they're able to get the lob into her and definitely knows what to do with it as she's not missed a shot. She's 5 for 5 from the field and made 1 free throw. There's a pass to Shaw, and it goes off her hand. Riley Rep picks it up. Brown, that's a good matchup with her and Givens. And Givens getting the best of her this time, and Coach Brown, or Coach Rogers, takes the timeout to save the turnover. We'll just keep it right here. As Brown was having a difficult time that time, Blake, getting the ball up the floor. Givens doing a good job defending her. So I think that's 3 timeouts. Is that 3 for us already?
Either 2 or 3. I'm not quite sure. Tell you what, Lady Mustang's doing a lot better shooting-wise. They're 7 for 13 so far.
That'll win you a lot of games if you can shoot over 50%. I don't even need a calculator to figure that, you know.
No.
That's pretty good. All right, it'll be Fort Cobb's ball out of the timeout. We played a minute here in the second period. Silverhorn will inbound over to Brown. Let's see if Brown can dribble through this press. This time she gets it up to Reagan. She's double teamed in the corner, and that's not a good place to stop. She gets it over to Silverhorn. Now to Bear. Turnaround shot short this time. I think they might have caught her on the wrist that time a little bit. It came up a little short. And there's a pass intercepted by Reagan Rep. A run out all the way down. Reagan Rep right-handed layup is good. The freshman Reagan Rep with 5 points tonight. I like that name. My granddaughter's named Reagan. Good job by Reagan. And now Chattanooga on the attack. Lob pass down low, tipped away by Bear. As they tried to lob it into their post player, and Bear would have none of that. And she tapped it out. Another turnover. And we're going to have another timeout. This one by Chattanooga, I believe. Let's see if it's going to be a full or a 30. It's a 30. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers.
Talk about a win-win.
Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835.
6:10 to play here in the second period. It's been all Mustangs so far. Let's hope that trend continues. Inbound to Brown. And Timber Gibbons gets her hand on a pass. Now she's defending Silverhorn. Over to Riley Rip. Now to Reagan, all the way into paint. Shot too hard off the glass, and there's a rebound by Chattanooga, and Reagan fouled her on a rebound. You know, one thing I've noticed we're not doing tonight so much as we did Tuesday night. Tuesday night we would catch the ball and bounce it one time.
Yep.
We're not doing that tonight.
No, we aren't.
It seems they're focused on doing something positive with the ball, not just bouncing it and catching it. They're keeping their dribble alive, and that's it's showing up here on their offensive end. There's a jump ball they call.
It might have been a little premature.
Yeah, I'd say you're right about that. Looked like Brown had it and was off to the races before that one was tied up. It'll be with Chattanooga's ball. Having trouble getting it in, and enough trouble that they don't. The violation. Good defense by the Lady Mustangs. They had it clogged up underneath the lane. They were trying to get somebody loose for an easy one, and the Mustangs stymied that.
That's now 9 turnovers for Lady Warriors.
Silverhorn had a nice opening there, but she gets it to Baird. Dribbles into paint. Back out to Silverhorn. There's Ginger Baird posted up. They double team her and they tie it up, but it'll stay with Fort Cobb on the alternating possession. When they double team her, one of these girls is open for a 3, Blake. I think he'll probably catch on to that here in a minute.
I believe you're right.
Reagan's wide open if they pass it to her.
I was just about to say, took the words right out of my mouth.
Silverhorn along the baseline to Riley Rep, and she caught the ball and made a nice quick move, but they say she shuffled her feet.
You know, if she was a running back in football, that little stutter step might get a lot of people there.
That would gain you some yards, you're right. Well, Cobb being really active tonight on the defensive end. They're really moving their feet well, really hustling. And there's another travel. Turnover city for Chattanooga so far tonight. I think they're in double digits now, right? In the first half.
That is 10 exactly, so
yep.
You are correct. And they've only gotten 7 shots off.
Well, when you have 10 turnovers, that sure limits your capabilities there, that's for sure. Reagan Rep trying to make a move, has it poked away. Here comes Gibbons on the other end. Left-handed layup's too hard, and there's a foul going to be charged to Ray Lee Garrett as she went over the back trying to get the rebound. That's something you see fairly often, especially from young players when they're dribbling real fast on a layup. They have a tendency to bump it off the backboard a little too hard, and that's what happened there. Lob it into the front court, has telegraphed that pass, and now there's a turnover. And Abbott had it poked away on good hustle by Reagan Rep, as that was about to be an easy 2 for Chattanooga. Gotten a little ragged here on both ends of the floor. The Mustangs look pretty good on offense there. The first quarter, so far this quarter hadn't been quite as easy. Bounce pass into paint, that's way too easy there. As Julie Shaw had her defender posted up right in front of the basket, and no one was fronting her. And that was just a matter of catching it and bumping it off the glass. That's 4 points for Shaw. Chatty has gone to a man-to-man defense, trying to stop those easy passes into the post, I think. There you go, lob it into her. Bear catches it, somehow got possession of it, and knocked it in. 13 points for Bear already. Only missed one shot. Good defense by Bear. She knocked it away as they try to get it back down to Shaw. And Brown handles it over to Silverhorn. She drives all the way to the paint. Shot no good off the backboard. Good move, though. And Timber Givens brings it into the front court for Chattanooga. Lob pass, intercepted by Bear. She was playing behind the post. She just jumped around her and knocked it away. Here's Reagan Rip all the way down. Shot no good. A lot of contact there. And it's turned over to Chattanooga. Silverhorn got her hand on the pass. Gibbons picks it up once again. Bear knocks it away.
You know, it's almost like she's deking them to throw it in there.
I think you're right. Cat-like great anticipation and cat-like quickness. Yeah, we talked about that the other night, how the best way to defend the post is to front the post. And that's what they're doing, and we're scoring every time. We're playing behind the post. We intercept the passes every time. That pass was a little high and too hard for Bear to handle. It went out of bounds, so it's turned back over to Chatty. Good hustle by Reagan Rep. She tipped it away, and then she dove on the floor to tie it up. And checking in for Chattanooga will be number 14, Kinley Crasser, replacing Julie Shaw. Givens gets it in out front to Abbott. There's going to be a steal by Reagan Rep. Anticipated that all the way down, and she's knocked away on good hustle by Timber Givens as she saved the layup for the Lady Warriors, but it'll stay with Fort Cobb Broxton. Tell you what, the Lady Mustangs have done an outstanding job today, anticipating passes and then reacting. There's a pass down to Bear, and she's bumped and fouled, and she'll go to the line to shoot two, as they've really done a good job anticipating the pass and then having the quickness to intercept them. Bear has made her only free throw attempt, and she makes that. That's 14 so far for Bear. Make it 15. She's only missed one shot tonight. Got a nice shooting touch. Lob pass down low is intercepted by Riley. Off to Sister Reagan, and here she comes into the front court, forcing the issue. Over to Zoe Brown. Silverhorn, wide open, three on the way, too hard. Good look. Reagan Rep had it for a moment. Givens takes it away from her. Here she comes all the way down. Left-handed layup is good this time, and she's fouled. Timber Givens with a layup. And the foul is charged to Reagan Rep, and that will be her second personal. Givens is 2 for 4 from the line, and she makes that one. 5 points so far for the freshman, Timber Givens. 1:15 to play in the half. Mustangs on top 22-9. Silverhorn on the handle. Well, there was Rep wide open in the lane. If she just stand in front of the basket, there was nobody defending her. I don't know if anybody's guarding her. If I was Riley, I'd go stand in front of the basket. There's Bear. Perfect. Caught the ball on a low block, turned around, knocked it in. 24-9 now. I tell you what, Ginger Bear's having a career night today, Blake.
She is.
In the first half. Bounce pass down low, and it goes out of bounds off of Kentley Abbott with 32 seconds to play. And let's see if Fort Cobb will play for one here. There's Riley Rip. Top of the key. Free throw line jumper, short. Couldn't get any more wide open than that. I think that might be Riley's first shot tonight. Shot no good by Garrett with 4 seconds to play. Here comes Silverhorn crossing the timeline, and her shot's no good. Your halftime score, Fort Cobb Broxton 24, Chattanooga 9. Lady Mustangs outscored Chattanooga by 10 in the first period and by, let's see, by 4 in the second period. All right, let's take send it over to Blake Perryman for our halftime report. Blake?
All right. Lady Mustangs from the field, 10 for 24. And at one point, I believe, 7 for 13, we called it.
I believe so, yeah.
They're still up above 40%, which is considerably better than they were Tuesday night.
Yes, sir.
1 for 6 from behind the arc, 3 for 3 at the line. 11 turnovers, which in an ordinary scenario would probably hurt you, but you look on the other side, and Chattanooga has 17 at the half.
Wow.
Going back to Tuesday night, Lady Mustangs struggled quite a bit offensively, taking care of the ball, and they had only 22 all game. And I say only lightly compared to 17 at halftime. And Lady Warriors 3 for 11 from the field, 1 for 4 from behind the arc. And Ginger Bear was 17 points already, 7 for 8 from the field, 3 for 3 from the line, and 4 steals. And she leads all scorers. Reagan Rupp with 5, and Kalia Silverhorn with 2 for the Lady Mustangs. And like you said, Bear having more than likely a career night. And during the second half, hopefully she can continue that and maybe even get Riley, Zoe Brown, and a few others into it, and we might see 50, 60, 70 up on the scoreboard later on.
You're right about Ginger with those 17 points. I was going to add them up here and see. I know she missed one field goal attempt, but she made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She was 7 of 8 from the field.
7 of 8, yep.
And 3 for 3 from the line. So that's pretty impressive first half for Ginger Bear.
That is.
At 17 total points. So, and she made it look easy. Honestly, I mean, it was this catch the ball, turn around, and knock it in. And that was an impressive half for her. Any other comments you want to make before we take a timeout?
I don't believe so.
Okay, all right. Thanks a lot, Blake. We appreciate your report there. We're going to take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have some more discussion about the second half action. You're listening to Fort Cobb Broxton Mustang basketball on fcbmustangs.tv.
Email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Ouachita Valley Bank, locally owned and operated since 1902, proudly serving the Fort Cobb area with knowledgeable and friendly professionals that actually care about your financial well-being. Online banking, loans, certificate of deposit, safe deposit boxes, 24-hour telephone banking, and an ATM. For service you can trust, Ouachita Valley Bank, 405-643-2305. Member FDIC.
Proud supporters of Fort Cobb Mustangs. The name of the store is T-Birds. Come see Connie for our daily lunch specials. Good. We offer cold drinks, hot food, and a clean environment. Also, $1 Fountain Pop Wednesdays. See you soon. We are your premier best in state driving school located in Southwest Oklahoma at Fort Cobb Public School. We can provide all the services related to driving in the state of Oklahoma, such as driver's education, in-house testing capabilities, permits, and drive testings for a license. The only thing that you will be required from DPS is your eye exam. We have certified instructors that use our cars to teach your students how to be the best drivers from the beginning. Come see us today for all your driving needs.
We're bringing fiber internet to Fort Cobb. Having fast internet is a must-have, whether you're working or learning from home. That's why we are building a fiber network in your community. We have wireless internet solutions too, available at Fort Cobb Lake, Crow's Roost, Alfalfa, and more. You can count on us for a fast, reliable connection to the world. We're proud to be a local provider that's part of your community. Get connected to Carnegie Fiber today.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Diesel.
Welcome back to Chattanooga. We're at halftime. Lady Mustangs 24, Chattanooga 9. Outstanding first half for the Lady Mustangs. I'd like to thank our sponsors while we have the opportunity. If you have some property to sell, I'm telling you folks, you need to call Shelley Dissy at ABC Superior Realty. 580-302-1974. Talk to Shelley about all your real estate needs. And she does an outstanding job in the Caddo County area. T-Birds convenience store in Fort Cobb, Oklahoma. Travis Birchie, owner-operator of that store. And Travis is a great supporter of the Mustangs and does a great job with his deli. The students can call down in advance or text them an order and drive to the convenience store, and it's ready for them to pick up, and they get back to school on time. And just have a really nice convenience store there in Fort Cobb. Ouachita Valley Bank, Fort Cobb's been in business since 1902 for all your loan needs, debit card, online banking, telephone banking, great customer service. Ouachita Valley Bank, located in downtown Fort Cobb. Carnegie Fiber, over in Carnegie, 580-654-1002 for all your fiber optic internet needs. Give them a call. They have high-speed internet at a great rate, and we appreciate their sponsorship of our broadcast this year. And the Southwest Oklahoma Driving School, operated by Mr. Kent Sexton, 580-512-6936 is the number to call if you have someone in your household that needs some driving lessons to get their driver's license, permit, what have you. Call Southwest Oklahoma Driving School. They do a great job. The Lady Mustangs playing awfully well. Got a 15-point lead here at the half. Hopefully that can continue. Playing a long-time rival Chattanooga. There've been a lot of good ball games played in this gymnasium. Down through the years, Chattanooga has had good girls teams, good boys teams over a number of years, and it's always fun to come down here. It's always, I grew up in Lone Wolf, Oklahoma, which is west of Fort Cobb, about 50 miles, and Caddo County's kind of got some hills and things to see, but you get out west a little ways, like Chattanooga and Lone Wolf, and the land is pretty flat. The roads are straight and not very many hills, and you can see for miles and miles. It's always it's kind of neat to get out here where the land is flat, and you can just see for miles and appreciate the country life, as we talked about earlier. Blake is told me the other day you've got Simmental. Is that what you're?
That's correct.
Your show
that
animals?
Is correct.
Did you get them fed today?
Well, I didn't. Now, the ones that we show we have out in the pasture, since we haven't done anything and we won't have a show for another 5 months probably, but We do have
pretty well
one
taking
in the
care
pen,
of themselves now.
They do.
You're telling me, yeah.
They do. Stopped and talked to Coach Rogers on the bench.
Yeah, what'd she have to say?
Halftime adjustments are exactly the same as what they were to start the game. Just pound the paint, limit turnovers as best you can, and don't get lazy. And
well,
I believe that's about the best way you can put it.
That's, you know, I think that must have been a point of emphasis in the last couple of practices, because they do have a lot of energy on defense, it seems tonight. They're really moving their feet well. We commented on that in the first half about how they're anticipating the pass, and then they jump out quickly and intercept it and take it to the other end. And so part of those 17 turnovers that you mentioned from Chattanooga are caused by the Lady Mustangs defense. They're not just sloppy turnovers where they fumble it out of bounds. Now, some of them are, but a good number of them are the Lady Mustangs just anticipating the play and intercepting the pass, or taking it, mostly intercepting passes. So it's good, energetic defense by the Lady Mustangs, and I don't see any reason why that wouldn't continue, because they're having a lot of great success on the offensive end. Usually, whenever you see those turnovers pay off, it makes you try a little harder to get some more.
A lot of times, whether it be first quarter, or third quarter, or halftime, if you're up 10, 15, 20 points, you just keep doing what you're doing. And as they always say, and it goes for just about anything, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
There you go. It'll be Lady Mustangs basketball. Starts the second half. They try to get it into Bear, and they poke it away. I suspect Chattanooga's probably tried to make some adjustments, as Reagan Rep's shot won't go. I would imagine that as we talk about our adjustments, that they're probably going to try to keep the ball from going to the post quite so easily. So we'll see how far. Bear made a nice play there, and looked like she poked it away cleanly to me, and they called a foul. Might have caught her on the shoulder. Let's see, how many is that on Ginger? I know it's two. Yeah, two fouls on Ginger, so nothing to be alarmed about yet, but you don't want to pick up that third here quickly. You take out 3/4 of your points. That would be rough. There's Gibbons. Her shot won't go. And Chattanooga picks up the loose ball. Shot no good. Bear with the rebound. Kind of a flat-footed rebound that time. You can do that when you're 5'10", Blake.
You can. You know, every time I go to the doctor, they tell me I'm 5'8", and after being next to her at school, I don't think she's 5'10".
Oh, really? Riley Rep with her first tray of the night, and first basket of the night for that matter, 27-9. So you're telling me that the 5'10" might not be quite accurate. Huh?
Well,
maybe you're taller than the doctor says.
A lot of times they kind of inflate those numbers a little bit, but I think in this case they might have shortened them.
Oh, okay. Good defense that time by Bear. She poked it away. I kind of was holding my breath that they didn't call that third foul. There she catches on the low block. Turns away from her defender. Shot won't go this time. Well, I would have thought you're taller than 5'8" myself, so I think that doctor's measurements might be a little off, you think?
They could.
Well, you didn't know, but I was 6 foot, probably. You probably didn't realize that, did you?
Well, I'd have believed you if you told me.
Not hardly. Oh, there's a travel on Rep as she looked like she was going to step into a three and didn't get stopped quite in time. Checking in will be Kentley Abbott, replacing Raylee Garrett for the Lady Warriors. And she has the ball top of the key, poked away. Silverhorn comes away with it. Now she'll race it to the other end. All the way down, left-handed layup is good, and she'll draw the foul. Good work there by Kalia Silverhorn with that left hand. And Timber Gibbons, I believe, going to pick up the foul, and that'll be her first personal. And Silverhorn misses her first free throw. Riley Rep chases down the rebound, however. There's a Bear, top of the key. Reagan Rep straight away, no good. Ball loose on the floor and out of bounds off of Chattanooga, they say. So it's a 20-point lead for the Lady Mustangs, as they've come out quickly with 5 quick points here to start the third period. Pass into Bears poked away. Kind of forced that one a little bit. And the Mustangs continue to work hard on defense. There's a lob to the post. And Shaw makes her third basket of the day as she got behind Ginger Bear for an easy 2. And Rep has it poked away from her as they're continuing to play behind Bear. I'm a little surprised by that, to tell you the truth. And Shaw's jumper's too hard. Silverhorn with the rebound. Bear all alone behind the defense. They lob it to her. In the paint, makes a move. Shot off the glass, no good. And no call there, and it'll be controlled by Chattanooga. Pass in the corner. Shot no good. Rebound Riley Rep on the backside. And now let's see the Mustangs can get an offensive set. Reagan Rip dumps it down low on the give and go to Ginger Bear and lays it in for 2. That is a beautiful play right there. That's something they've worked on in practice.
That's about as textbook as you can get.
Absolutely. She set the ball screen and pivoted to the basket, and Reagan found her for an easy 2. There's Shaw on the drive, goes around Bear, lays it in for 2. That's 8 points for Shaw and 2 in a row for Chattanooga. And Bear wisely let her go. She didn't want to pick up that third foul there. That's the only way you're going to stop that, is to shuffle over real quick and draw a charge. And there's a pass to Riley Rep. She couldn't catch up with it. Turned over to the Lady Warriors. Givens racing it into the front court. Poked away by Silverhorn, but she got it back and laid it in for 2. Kimber Givens, she's kind of a little spark plug for Chattanooga. What was a 20-point lead down to 16 now. With 3:10 to play in the third period. Bounce pass to Bear at the free throw lines. Double teamed, back to Brown. And she's going to be bumped and fouled on her way to the basket. And the foul is going to be charged to Michaela Burns.
It's her third.
All right. And checking out will be Kinley Crasser, replaced by Raylee Garrett. Silverhorn inbounds to Savage, who checked in for Bear. Reagan Rep's three-pointer won't go. No, Bear's still out there. She placed Riley Rep, I'm sorry. Bear with a rebound. So we have both post players in for the Mustangs, with Bear and Savage having that double low post. Bear with the screen. Reagan Rep curls around it. Little 14-foot jumper won't go. Kimber Givens with a rebound. Pretty good time to experiment if you're Coach Rogers, I think. There's a three-pointer on the way by Abbott's no good. Bear with a rebound. When you got a comfortable lead and early in the season, you can try out some different lineups, I think, and try to figure out some different ways to attack people, and I think that's what we're doing right now. There's a 15-foot elbow jumper by Reagan Rep, and she's fouled. She'll go to the line for 2. I like to see that. Coaches experiment with different things. This is better than a practice right here, when you can work on things against a live opponent, try out some things. Reagan Rep's free throw is good. Gives her 6 points on the night. She's had a free throw, a field goal, and a three-point goal. Makes both free throws. Mustangs have shot free throws pretty well. It'll be interesting after the game's over to see what their free throw shoot. Maybe you can tell me right now what they...
As of right now, they are 5 for 6.
5 for 6, that's pretty good. 2 minutes to play here in the third. And there's a lob pass intended for Burns, and it'll sail out of bounds, as Riley Rep will check back in. She's going to replace Ginger Bear. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Coach U.B. Williamson. It'll be a full timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Stream like the
33-15 our score. With 1:57 to play in the third period. Mustangs have outscored them 9-6 so far here in the third period.
I got a couple score updates here for
All
you,
right,
Don, if you
what
want
do
to
you
hear
got? Yes, sir.
In a few football games here, Mountain View leads Sharon Mutual 24-0 in the first quarter.
That's what I figured.
Yep. And then Hinton down 14-6 in the first. And trying to find Patchy, not seeing him on here.
Okay.
And then Oklahoma State up 10-8 on Oakland, and Oklahoma up 17-4 on UTSA.
All right, thank you for that update. Zoe Brown on the drive, and she's going to be fouled. Go to the line to shoot two. That's the fourth personal on Michaela Burns. Yeah, I didn't anticipate Mountain View having any difficulty whatsoever against Sharon Mutual. First free throw good by Zoe Brown, her first point. I played against Sharon Mutual when I was in high school, and I recall we beat them 54-0.
Wow.
Both free throws good. My memory is really good about games like that, you know.
Well, that's good to have.
Got a stoppage, something on the floor, I think. I had my longest run for a touchdown against Sharon Mutual. It was 40 yards, and I had some of my teammates joking, and they were pretty serious about how long it took me to run those 40 yards. They had to block they had to block like 3 different people for me to make it that far. But anyway, I was thankful they did.
Yep.
Long ways back, 1976. 35-15. Be Chatty's ball here, sideline with 1:38 to play. Third period. And the ball was out of bounds off of Kentley Abbott, so another turnover. That's one of those unforced errors right there. Mustangs back to that 20-point lead. Silverhorn over to Brown. Gets a screen from Rep. A lot more active tonight. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty impressed with the Lady Mustangs today. They're really active on both ends of the floor, and you can tell it. Savage with a nice drive along the baseline. Her shot's no good. Riley Rep with a putback, and it's going to be tied up and go over to Chattanooga. They just look like a different team than they did last Tuesday night.
They do.
They really come out here with a lot of fire today, and it's been impressive. Minute to play here in the third. There's a lob pass intercepted by Riley Rip. Quickly up to Silverhorn, one-on-one. Left-handed layup, high off the backboard, no good. Brown hustles for the rebound. Good hustle by Zoe. Over to Reagan. Silverhorn had a wide open three, but over to Savage instead. And now Reagan Rep, three-pointer on the way. Good. Reagan Rep with her second three of the night. And it's 38-15, largest lead of the game with 22 seconds to play in the third. Gibbons over to Abbott. Back in the corner to Gibbons. Her three-pointer is blocked by Riley Rep, and then Reagan can't control it along the baseline, so it'll stay with Chatty with 10 seconds to play. And checking in will be Emma Clayton and Kessie Holt for Chattanooga. See if they can get a shot here the final seconds of the third period. They get it into Shaw. Ball poked away by Reagan Rip, picked up by Riley. To Brown. 3 seconds, over to Riley Rip. Three-pointer straight away, no good, off the front iron. After 3 quarters of play, Fort Cobb Broxton 38, Chattanooga 15. We'll be back in this 60-second timeout.
Pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Versatile Networks can handle all of your school or business technology and wiring needs. Expanding into a new building or office space? We would love to give you a free quote for your network.
It will be Fort Cobb's basketball to start the fourth period. A lot more balanced scoring here in that third period, Blake, for the Lady Mustangs. They Bear had 2 points, but I think Reagan's got 5, I think, and Brown's got a couple. Silverhorn's got a couple, so that's it's been good. They've spread the wealth around here in the third quarter. 38-15. Probably get a chance to see some of the other players as the Mustangs have put in how do you say her name? Jalea Watts for the Lady Mustangs, number 25. There's Riley Rep with it. Silverhorn, 15-foot free throw line. Jumper's good by Kalia Silverhorn. That's 6 for Kalia. And it's a 25-point margin. Mustangs in that 1-2-2 zone. There's a 15-footer good by Timber Gibbons. That's 8 for Timber. Nice little ball player. She could play for a lot of people. Zoe Brown over to Riley Rip. To Savage. Mustangs working on this man-to-man offense, and there's a travel on Watts. Good time to work on some things right here with some of your players that don't get a lot of playing time normally. Got a comfortable lead in the fourth period. Get to see some game action. It's good for those young ones to get out there and get a taste of it. There's Kimball just inside the three-point arc. Zoe Brown with a nice rebound. Gets a screen from Rep and into the front court. Zoe's done a good job handling the ball tonight. Seemed like she was really hesitant Tuesday night, but not tonight. She's taking control. Silverhorn, little 6-foot jumper's good. And that's 8 for Kalia. And Zoe Brown, I don't know whether she's cramping or she's seated on the floor. It may just be some cramps. Hopefully that's all as coaches go out to tend to. I didn't really see what happened. Did you see, Blake?
I did not.
Yeah, she's going to walk it off and go take a seat on the bench, and she's going to be replaced by Savage. She'll get a breather. She's worked hard tonight. I would guess it would be kind of a cramping issue. Had to work hard handling the ball throughout the night. Mustangs in a 1-2-2 zone. They lob it in to try to get it into the post, but Riley Rep gets her hand on it. Good defense once again. And now Reagan Rep will bring it into the front court. Reagan's played well today. Played with a lot of confidence. And now Coach Rogers imploring to spread the floor. Bob passed back door to Silverhorn, and she couldn't control it. It was a little bit behind her, and it goes out of bounds. 6:07 to play. Bounce pass in the paint. Lady Mustangs collapse on that, and they tie up the ball. It'll stay with Chatty, though. There's Kimball with it, top of the key. Right side they go to Clayton. Little 17-footer off the back iron, rattled out, no good. Savage with the rebound, off to Reagan Rip. And Riley hands it back to Reagan. Reagan into the front court. And there's going to be a foul on Emma Clayton as she was defending Riley Rip on the drive. That's the 5th team foul on Chatty, so Mustangs will probably get to shoot the bonus here for too long. Ball goes out of bounds off of Georgia Shurler. Stay with Fort Cobb Broxton. 5:29 to play in the ball game. It'll be an enjoyable ride home tonight for the Lady Mustangs. Outstanding game today. There's a nice shot by Madison Savage for her first basket of the season, if I'm not mistaken, as she bumped it off the glass for 2. Madison's just a freshman, so it's always good to get that first one. Lob pass too strong. Lady Mustangs track it down. Here comes Reagan Rip. Pull up at the free throw line. Her jumper won't go. Rebound by Shaw. Over to Shaw, gets around Savage. Her shot's no good, but Savage fouled her. And Julie Shaw will be at the line. That's the first personal on Madison. Second team foul on the Lady Mustang. And free throw is good by Julie Shaw. Checking in for Fort Cobb will be Tegan Devon, replacing Riley Rip. Gets a nice hand from Coach Rogers. And there's going to be a tie up on the rebound, and it'll go to Fort Cobb. We'll see who's going to handle the ball now that Riley has taken a seat. See who's going to help bring the ball up the floor. The ball is knocked away as Zoe Brown is not out there either. Zoe's been the main ball handler. She sprained her ankle or had a cramp earlier, so she and Riley are two of their better ball handlers. Chatty gets to keep it, I guess. I thought it was off of them, but it's Chatty's ball. And Savage is going to foul as they try to get it to the post. And that'll be the third team foul on Fort Cobb with 4:45 to play. That's Givens with it into the paint, and she's going to be, well, they say a jump ball. As Reagan Rep got her hand on top of the ball. Good defense, but it'll stay with Chatty. Try to get it into Shaw, and it's too high. Savage comes away with it. And now Silverhorn into the front court. Right side to Reagan Rip. Over to Watts. Silverhorn. Kicks it to Reagan Rip along the baseline. Little 4-footer. Good. Nice basket by Reagan Rip. She's had a nice day scoring-wise. That's 12, I believe, for her. Halfway through the fourth period. They dump it down low to Shaw. Left-handed shot off the glass and good. Julie Shaw. Now there's a turnover on Fort Cobb as they got the ball to Tegan Devon. I don't think she was quite expecting that, Blake. It kind of caught her by surprise. As Mustangs are going to have to figure out who they want to bring the ball down the floor. There's Silverhorn with it, racing it up the floor, and she's going to be bumped from behind by Timber Gibbons. That's her second personal. The pace of the game is slowed to a snail's pace, Blake. It's one turnover after another here in the last quarter. There's Watts with it on the low block, double teamed, over to Savage, drives along the baseline, trying to get it to Watts, but it's taken away by Shaw, or knocked away, I should say, by Garrett, over to Emma Clayton. There's a three-pointer on the way by Kinsey Crasser. It's no good, and off Fort Cobb. It'll stay with the Lady Warriors. Lob pass is intercepted by Silverhorn. She races it up the floor, bounce pass left side. Shot off the glass, no good by Devon. And then it goes off for Cobb Broxton. Everything was pretty good about that except for the shot. It just didn't go in. Checking in for Chatty will be Abbott and Michaela Burns with 3:08 to play. Got kind of quiet in here today, Blake. You know,
It did.
There's a three-pointer by Abbott's no good. Rebound by Reagan Rip. She races it down the floor with that left hand. Handles the ball well with her left hand. Over to Silverhorn. Baseline three on the way. No good. And he goes out of bounds. And checking in for the Mustangs will be Anaya Funmaker, replacing Savage, or Silverhorn. There's a little 15-foot jumper, won't go. Rebound tracked down by Shaw. Over to Abbott. Funmaker on her, and she calls for travel. Turnover to the Lady Mustangs.
You know, Don, last couple games you've asked me about stock show. One thing about Chattanooga, they are very, very rural community for one, and they their ag chapter is one thing that they have a lot of pride in.
Is that right?
It is. And
Reagan Rep with a 15-foot jumper. So
I know
Chattanooga has a good showing ag program. Huh?
I know quite a few people. I've met quite a few of them through FFA, and so a little bit of familiarity down here.
Well, good. You get to know a lot of people in those show barns, I guess, because you spend a lot of time in there, and everybody kind of works together, I hear. Yeah, make a lot of friends. Emma Clayton at the line shooting two. First foul is charged to Anaya Funmaker. And the first free throw is good by Clayton. And checking back in for Chattanooga will be Rayleigh Garrett after this free throw if she makes it. You wouldn't miss it on purpose if you were here, would you? You know, if you knew they were coming in for you. She makes them both. And Chattanooga is going to be pressing here in the backcourt. They get it into Reagan Rip. See if she can dribble through it here. If she picks up her dribble, gets it over to Devon. Now she brings it down the sidelines, and they call her for traveling. Couldn't quite get those feet stopped in time as she was racing down pretty fast. Good experience for these young ladies, though, to get some ball handling experience. Dump it down low. Also in for the Mustangs is Faith Harrison. I didn't notice she checked in a moment ago. She's playing post defense, number 33. And there's pass out of bounds off of Chatty. We'll go over to Fort Cobb Broxton, and checking in now with Savage will be back in. replacing Reagan Rep, who will get a nice applause from the Fort Cobb fans. I've got her for 14 points. 1:13 to play. Savage with it. Over to Devon. Back to Savage out front. Drives along all the way to the baseline. Her shot is good. Madison Savage with her second basket of the day. Makes it 50-22 now. Less than a minute to play. Bounce pass to Shaw. Lays it in for two. Julie Shaw's lit up the scoreboard. Pretty good tonight for Lady Warriors. Savage now handling in the backcourt. And she gets it into the front court without any trouble. Abbott on her. 32 seconds to play. Lobs it down low to Funmaker, and she's triple teamed and tied up. And it'll stay with Fort Cobb. I think she might have bumped her head on the floor. Sounded like it, and she's kind of holding her head when they both fell to the floor. She's okay, she says. Checking in for Chatty will be Kinsey Crasser, Kessie Holt, and number 11 is Kinsey got her, and 14 is Kinley Crasser. Kinsey and Kinley Crasser. 26 seconds to play. Devon, pass intercepted by Raylee Garrett. She'll go all the way to the other end. Layup is good by Raylee Garrett for her first basket. 14 seconds to play. And that will do it. Coach Rogers says no more shots. 5 seconds. And that will do it. So the final score tonight, the Fort Cobb Broxton Lady Mustangs 50 and the Chattanooga Lady Warriors 26. So the Lady Mustangs improved to 2-1 on the season with an outstanding victory tonight over the Chattanooga Lady Warriors 50-26. We'll turn it over to Blake Perryman for the final wrap-up. Blake?
All right, Lady Mustangs 20 for 47 from the field, 42.6%. And in baseball, that'll get you in the Hall of Fame, and
yeah.
I'm sure in basketball it'll get you a lot of places.
It'll win you a
and
lot
tonight
of games, yep.
Got them a pretty big victory. 3 for 12 from behind the arc, 7 for 8 from the line. 22 turnovers, but when you compare that to Chattanooga's, they had 29, and ultimately that was the determining factor there. Lady Warriors 10 for 31 from the field, 1 for 8 from 3. Lady Mustangs had 6 people put one in the hoop tonight. Ginger Bear led all scorers with 19, go along with 3 rebounds, and I believe she had a few steals in there. Reagan Rep with 14. Madison Savage with 4, Kalia Silverhorn with 8, Zoe Brown with 2, and Riley Rep with 3. And we talked about it at halftime, being able to distribute the ball a little bit more. I'm not completely positive. I want to say either 3 or 4 Lady Mustangs that scored at halftime, and I don't know. It was it 3 or?
That's probably right. I think we had Bear, Reagan, and Silverhorn. They scored at the half. Yeah.
Okay, so distributing the ball a little bit, and Bear had 17 for 19 in the first half.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a lot of the reason that Lady Mustangs were able to develop a lead so quick, but it's a good way to bounce back with a big win like that after struggling both offensively and defensively Tuesday night.
Right.
And, like to see them just continue to gain confidence now, going from 35-3 to 50-26. That's a pretty big improvement, and hopefully over the course of the season they can continue to improve that way. And now I'm excited to see how this boys game goes. A little bit of history on Fort Cobb versus Chattanooga. Now we've played them quite a bit in season openers last few seasons. Last time the Mustangs missed the state tournament, Chattanooga Warriors were the team to send them home.
Oh, is that right?
So
that's been a few years ago.
2012.
I was going to say.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Chatty had some really good teams back in those days, yes. I think Fort Cobb played Chatty in the state finals one year, like in about, 2007 maybe, or somewhere in there. I'm not sure what year it was. Maybe 2009. Well, you're right. They've had a good history playing each other. But back to the girls' game, and congratulations to Coach Rogers. The Lady Mustangs came out, and they just looked like, from the get-go tonight, they had a lot of confidence. They played real smart on defense, moved their feet, hustled. And on offense, they were totally confident with the basketball in their hand. They were decisive with their passes. They got Ginger Bear going real early in the game, and that first half Chattanooga had no answer for her. She scored at will, 17 in the first half, and so that certainly gives the rest of the team confidence when they know they can dump it down in the paint and get 2 points. And it just that confidence rubs off on the rest of the team, and they all played ball handling wise. They did have a few turnovers, but they, like you say, it's something to build on, and I think they'll have a lot of confidence going into their next game, which will be Tuesday night at Bingeroni, so look forward to that. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll have you starting information about the boys contest, the Mustangs taking on the Chattanooga Warriors. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout.
Are your computers outdated? Are your servers slow? Is your network underperforming? Is your wireless network weak? Let Versatile Networks come in and assess the situation and get you back up and running the way you should be. Call Versatile Networks today at 405-217-0267 or visit versatilenetworks.com for more information.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.